He did put the barrel back on. Yes. Why?
They found the gun put together, so why would he put it back together again?
In case he needed to use it to shoot at anyone chasing him.
What was the next thing that he did after that?
What was the next thing that you did after that?
Hi everyone, thank you for watching. By law, I have to tell you that this is for entertainment purposes only. All videos are property of Psychic Liz Cross, LLC. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here with the amazing psychic Liz Cross. How are you doing today?
I'm with the amazing Mr. Photon.
So today we're going to revisit the Charlie Kirk case. So for those of you that don't know, next week, July 6th to 10th, is the preliminary hearing for Tyler Robinson. So this is, the first time I guess everybody's going to be in court. I think like Erica Kirk is going to be there. All the main players are going to be there. We're going to find out. And there's been a lot of controversy over the last few months with the case. So we're going to go through all of that. We're going to probe everybody in question to see what's going on. So we're going to cover, we're going to hit the family. We're going to get into probing Erica Kirk. We're going to see, was he set up? All that good stuff. Everybody wants to know. So we're going to get into that. Yeah, the biggest thing that I think that came out in the last few months was that the ballistics report came back. This is from the Daily Mail. The bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match the rifle allegedly used by the suspect, Tyler Robinson. That's what the court filing claims. So what does that mean? We don't know. Does that mean that they couldn't identify the bullet because it was so messed up? Does that mean that the bullet just does not match the gun that he used, supposedly? That's weak. I'm not sure if they've established that yet, but that's been the controversy over the last few months, I think. So there's also a lot of skepticism from, people that are hunters or, maybe you've had some experience, military experience of just how, he was able to do this and specifically carry this gun around. So it was alleged that Robinson, this is supposedly here on the footage, that he was able to put this gun inside his pant leg, which I don't know if that's possible. And then it was also alleged that he was able to disassemble the rifle, put it in a backpack, climb up on the roof, reassemble the rifle, take the shot, disassemble the rifle, jump off the roof, reassemble the rifle, and hide it in the woods. So someone like Joe Rogan, I watched him kind of break all this stuff down, and he's an experienced hunter and marksman, and he expressed his skepticism that someone like Tyler Robinson would be able to do that. He's not an experienced marksman, and if you're taking apart a rifle and taking the scope off and everything to put it in a backpack, if you can do that, you're going to mess up the gun's sights. Right. So if you have one shot to make, even if it's only at like 140 yards, I think it's something like that, what the target was from him, it still he has only got one shot. And if the gun's off because he's been disassembling and reassembling the rifle, I mean, what are the odds, right? So let's start asking some of these questions. Can we probe Mr. Robinson? Let's bring him in first.
Okay.
How's he feeling right now, by the way?
He's not doing well. He's not built for prison or jail.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's in protective custody. I would think he would be. He's a pretty high value target, right?
Yes. Are you in prison? He is. However, he cannot deal with other inmates, things like that.
Right.
He doesn't do well with them at all. He is not that type of guy.
Yeah, like on the outside, it definitely seems like he's kind of like he's a teenager, he's a kid, right? He doesn't seem like the tough guy kind of MO. So I would imagine he's having trouble in there. And what about the psychological? I mean, is he in like solitary most of the time, like by himself, or is getting much contact with people? Probably not, right?
He tries to minimize the contact. He's actually 22.
Okay.
But yeah, he's young. He tries to minimize the contact. He does not talk. Okay? He does not talk to the wardens, the jailers. He does not talk to anyone.
Right. Okay. So let's ask him some of the questions that I just kind of brought up with some of the skepticism that people do have about his abilities. Was he able to, how was he able to get the rifle up on the roof? Did he have it disassembled in a backpack or did he have it hidden in his pant leg? Which I find unbelievable, but
Get the rifle up on the roof. He carried it in a backpack. He had it in his backpack.
so was it disassembled?
Is it disassembled? At first, yes, but all he had to do was just put one part on.
The barrel?
Was it just the barrel that you had to put on? Mostly, yes. Just
Okay.
it really wasn't like a big operation of completely disassembling and completely reassembling. It was a very quick job. How long did it take you? Only a few seconds.
Okay. Therefore, it wasn't, so he put the barrel in when he got up on the roof. Then after he did, well, let's first ask him, did he take the shot?
Did you take the shot? He did.
Okay. And then after that, he took the barrel off to put it back in his backpack again.
What happened? Well, very sloppily, he says. It was a very rushed thing.
Yeah.
He took it off and threw it in the bag. Yes.
Okay. And then he jumped off the roof and made his way to the woods to ditch the gun. Is that correct?
When he jumped off. Yes, he hurt himself when he jumped off the roof.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I think there is video supposedly of him doing that. It's pretty decent jump. Um, especially if you're trying to be quick and you're carrying that with you.
You
Uh,
know, adrenaline can do amazing things, though.
that's true. So he then had to go to the woods to ditch the rifle. So then he reassembled it when he got to the woods.
Did you reassemble it when you got to the woods? He left it intact. What do you mean by that? Did you reassemble it when you got to the woods? Did you reassemble it? He did put the barrel back on. Yes. Why? Because in case he needed to use it to shoot at anyone chasing him.
Oh, okay. That's plausible. Yeah, because that's always been a question. Like they found the gun like together, put together. So like if he did take it apart, why would he put it back together again? Right? He's wasting kind of time. But okay, I can see why you would think that. That's true. That's his
Did
only
you
weapon.
stay in the woods for I think he had to sit there for a moment and really figure out what the next thing to do was.
Right. Okay. And what was the next thing that he did after that?
What was the next thing that you did after that? He had to make his escape. Is
Okay.
that why you ditched the gun? Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Before we leave him for a second, does he believe, like in his personal thoughts and opinions, that he was the person to kill Charlie Kirk?
Do you believe that you actually were the killer of Charlie Kirk? Not anymore. No.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to get into next because I was hearing that there's exchanges between him and his family or family members that have been leaked that show that they don't believe that he did it anymore. They may have had a change of heart based on the evidence that they've seen now in court and what's happened in the media. So let's see if we can just pull that up here if I have it in order. Yes. So this report is like a Twitter that they're reporting on some text messages that were sent back and forth between family members. And just basically it's saying that it's showing that the family does not believe that he killed Charlie Kirk and that actually Tyler doesn't believe that he did either. And so, yeah, we want to find out why that is. So let's look at some photographs here. So this is his father, I believe.
Mhm.
Maybe we should probe him.
Okay.
So let's ask him first, does he think that his son was responsible or was he framed or what does he think?
Do you believe that your son was responsible? I mean, he does believe his son was responsible.
Oh,
As
really?
in what capacity, though? In what capacity? He was there. He was on the roof. He did fire a shot. Do
Right.
you believe that your son actually killed Charlie Kirk? No.
Interesting. Okay. And why doesn't he believe that?
Why don't you believe that? And that's because of this bullet theory.
Yeah. Okay. We're definitely going to
Has,
cover that for sure.
sorry, let me just ask some question. Has your son actually told you that he was approached by a group? No, he's not talking. I'm telling you, this kid is not talking. He really is not.
Has he been instructed not to talk?
Have you been instructed
Outside of his lawyer, obviously.
not to talk? I mean, yes, but have you been instructed not to talk outside of that? Yes. The group will kill my family if I talk. There you go.
Wow. Now, for those of you that don't know what we're talking about here, we did a probe when this event happened, and we got that Tyler was the shooter, but there was a group behind him that had contact with him before this all happened to kind of set this up. And they are like a group that's involved in these sort of things, assassinations and stuff like that. So we couldn't figure out who it was, at the time, but now we're getting that information again. So what? So how is that group? Are they in contact with him anymore, or was this exchange or threat said before he went to prison?
Are they still in contact with you, the group? No. And he doesn't know how to contact them. Have you told anyone? No. No, he has not told anyone about the group.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, in everything that I've looked into, maybe the audience has heard different, but I haven't heard of anybody, saying that there's a group per se. People have speculations, obviously, but I don't think there's any actual evidence of any contact that I'm aware of. So this is interesting. The other person that I wanted to probe in the family was actually the grandfather, but I couldn't find a picture of him. This is his grandmother, actually. I don't know if that helps.
That's his grandma?
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong.
Wow.
I could be wrong, but that's when I was doing my Google searching, and maybe it's the wrong picture that Google is giving me, so my apologies. But I could not find a picture of his grandfather. And I wanted to actually tune into him. Is it possible for you to connect with him without a picture?
Yes. And so let's have a look here. Look, they're avid gun people.
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting that very strongly. All of them have guns, they use guns, they gift each other guns, they go on family hunting trips, is what I'm getting, shooting trips. This is who they are. This is what they like to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I have the question for the grandfather is there was a leaked piece of audio that was taken from when they were in court. I guess just maybe outside the courtroom where he was talking to a journalist and maybe they were recording on their phone unknowingly. And he was basically saying that he personally does not believe that his grandson was the shooter because that was his gun and he knows his gun and he knows what his gun can do. So for those that don't know, it was a 30-06 caliber bullet, supposedly, from his grandfather's gun. And that's a gun that you use, hunting elk, right? It's a big caliber to take down a big animal. And, unfortunately, and probably a lot of the audience has as well, has seen the footage. That's kind of gruesome, but it doesn't really match up with the damage you would expect from that rifle. And he's on recording basically saying that exact what I just said, more or less. So,
Mhm.
what does the grandfather think about this?
He thinks it's a hoax.
Okay. So, does he also believe he was there and pulled the trigger, but he wasn't the actual killer?
Do you believe that your grandson was there? Oh, he knows that. He says, I know he was there. Do you believe he took the gun? I know he took the gun. Do you believe he pulled the trigger? I know he pulled the trigger. Oh, okay. These are when I link into their energies, I mean, these are very like conservative people. Um, if they, you know, if they believe that he actually was the one that was responsible for killing that bullet, killing Charlie Kirk, then they have absolutely no qualms about him being locked up for life and even receiving the death penalty if that is what is necessary. I mean, I'm getting that very strongly. Like they do what is in their minds what is right.
Mhm.
Okay? Like if it's somebody who is feral or somebody that has caused this in their family, that they should be brought to justice. Do you believe that your gun was capable of killing Charlie Kirk? No. He said that gun was not very good.
Right. Yeah, and and I don't know if this is true or not again, but I believe the gun was. I heard stories that the gun was very old. His grandfather's gun,
Was
like
the
really old.
was the gun very old? It was. It
Yeah.
was quite old.
Right.
Um, he's saying to me, what did you say? He's saying to me that, this is a hit job from a professional marksman
Right.
with a professional gun.
Okay. So he does believe it was a gun, but not his gun.
Do you believe it was a gun? He does.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So where are we right now? Family believes that he did pull the trigger, but he's a patsy. So think back to, like the JFK assassination, right? Is Tyler Robinson the patsy, aka the guy in the book depository, right? Is this
Mhm.
the modern day equivalent of that? Let's bring in the founding fathers and ask that question.
Okay. Is this, is he the patsy? I mean, yeah, this is a total setup.
Wow. Okay. It's kind
This
of
is.
interesting how history kind of repeats itself in a way, right? Because this is is this kind of like a fractal thing, or is this, they're doing this on not coincidence, but on purpose to be the same sort of thing, just because it works?
Is that what they're doing? I mean, look, somebody else fired that bullet. Okay.
Hmm.
Somebody from the group fired the bullet. They needed someone to take the fall.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this kid was perfect for
Okay.
that.
Right. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to make a part two for our members here, and we're going to ask some deeper questions because what I want to cover, it sounds like it was a bullet, but I still want to ask the questions about the exploding microphone. So that is the main theory going around now is that it actually wasn't a gun that was fired, but that there was a microphone lapel that was on him that exploded, and you can kind of see that on the video supposedly, and it launched a projectile at his throat where we see the wound, which is much smaller than the round that would have come out of the 30-06 round. And you may not remember this, but the Mossad is responsible for killing people in the Middle East with pagers and cell phones that explode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It kind of looks like it could be one of those devices, right? So, and why would you do that instead of a gun? Well, guns can miss easily, but if you have an explosive right on on the person, might be a little bit more likely that the job is completed. To not be so gruesomely, morbid about it, but that's kind of the reality of it. So the theory is that his perhaps his own security team who was there, who happened to be and there's a lot of security teams that are Israeli, ex-Mossad, ex-military, right? They happen to be ex-Mossad, as far as I know. So we're going to probe them. We're going to probe this theory. We're also going to pull in Erica Kirk as well, because there's a lot of speculation about her background as well, being involved with intelligence agencies. There's certainly video of her with the CIA and working for them. So we're going to find out what that's all about. And actually, yesterday, I just saw this too. Someone brought up this and during the CIA's MK Ultra hearing that happened yesterday. Somebody brought up the speculation that this could be a similar event where Tyler was MK Ultra, if you will, to be the patsy. So people are actually talking about this in the hearing that happened yesterday. I guess this is in Congress. I'm not sure. I'm not American, so I don't know. Or the Senate. I'm not sure where this took place. But anyways, we're going to find out all that and more. We're going to find out, ask more questions about the shadowy group behind this that apparently actually pulled the trigger, or whatever it was that they pulled. So if you want to join us for part 2, you can support us through our Patreon. It's a few dollars a month. You get access to a lot of different things that we do, not just spiritual stuff, not just current events. We also do financial stuff. We also do health stuff for our members. And we have our CTT group that meets every week for consciousness transformation. So you get a lot of value there. And of course, you get to see the second part of this video. If even if you can't support us through our Patreon, we really would appreciate if you could subscribe and like our videos. It really does help us out just as much. So thank you to everybody and however you can contribute and help us out. And anything from you, Liz, before we move on?
No, this is going to be a really interesting probe. I'm so looking forward to it. So we hope to see you on the flip side. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Mr. Photon has a tip jar listed down below.
Thank you so much.